Welcome back guys. Today in this tutorial I will show you guys how to draw this simple 2D flat design character in Adobe Illustrator, and in later tutorials I will show you guys how to animate this character as well. Before we start with our tutorial, let's see our sponsorship message first. Today's video is sponsored by Yellow Images. Yellow Images is an exclusive marketplace for packaging, apparel, and other ready-to-go mockups. There are more than 35,000 product mockups from which you can choose and work your project with. Yellow Images provide photorealistic mockups, and top of that, with their creative store, you can get all other digital assets such as 360 PNG images, uniquely rendered fonts, and many more. Best part of it only takes minutes to create these mockups. In this way, you are able to deliver your client's needs and save time on doing repeated amendments and revisions. Yellow Images has an extensive library, and this is updated on a daily basis, allowing designers like us to have limitless choices. Alright guys, please try this one out. Also, I asked for a discount just for you guys. Yellowimages.com give me a discount. You can get 30% off from your first purchase. It doesn't matter how much you purchase. Just use DIGITALART as a promo code. You can find the details under the description below. Alright guys, in this tutorial we are going to use this rectangle tool a lot, and we will be using rectangle tool to create almost most of the shapes, and also we are going to use this corner radius option in Illustrator as well. So if you are using older versions of Illustrator, for some reason you may need to use the cornered rectangle, but you won't have flexibility like this in here to change a specific side, so you need to be aware of that. Alright, okay, so let's delete this one and let's start with our project. Okay, so let's set up our colors first. So for this tutorial I will choose different colors from the original one I have created. Let's select the hair color and the skin and different shades of skin as well, and clothes also. All right, you don't need to select all the colors I have chosen. You can have your own colors as well. Okay, first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the face. Let's go to rectangle and draw a big rectangle in here. Okay, and then apply the skin tone you have chosen and select the bottom two corners and make them as slightly rounded corners like this. All right, okay, so this will be our face. Now we are going to draw the ears. Go into one edge, draw a small rectangle like this, select this one and make this as rounded corner, and the bottom one also, and this one a smaller rounded corner, just to make the ear shape like this. All right, we can copy from here, alt drag, and again place it in the center. For this one we can apply a darker tone. All right, okay, select both of them and go to object and make as a group. Now go to reflection tool and make a vertical copy and place it in here. Select both of them and you can align them to the top. Okay, now we are going to draw the hair of this character, but the hair of this character, Wolverine character, is a unique one, so we are going to draw that uniqueness with our flat design. So I'm going to draw a rectangle like this in here. First I will draw one side of the hair, and then we will make a copy and place it on the other side with using the reflection tool. All right, So go to the rectangle and draw the rectangle on the side like this in here. Make this one little bit thinner and apply the hair color for this rectangle. Now go to the direct selection tool and select this corner anchor point and bring it in here to the top and slightly slanted. Now make a reflected copy of this one and place it next to it. And this one, let's adjust the size like this in here. Make it wider as well like this here. Now again place another rectangle like this. Okay, bring this new rectangle longer than this polygonal rectangle on top. You can select the top anchor point and bring it slightly below as well, so we will have some sort of variation in here. Select all of them and bring the rectangle edge to center point of the head. Let's have some more polygonal shapes in the side as well. For this I'm going to use the pen tool, which is easier to create these shapes in here like this. You can also use rectangles or polygons to create these shapes. I think one more is enough. Now select all of these shapes and go to Pathfinder and unite them as one object. Alright, one side of the head is ready, but while you were creating the shape, you may have accidentally added additional points to the shape. So let's delete those additional points. We can do it easily. Just select this object and go to Object, Path and Simplify. Select the automatic simplify option and say OK. So now it will delete the additional anchor points which were created accidentally or with our shape. Now we will only have one anchor point for all these corners and corner areas. Alright, so let's make a copy of the shape with the reflect tool as a vertical reflection. Bring the new copy to the right side and select both of them. Go to align tool and align them to the top. Select both of them and go to Pathfinder and unite them as one object. You can adjust the size to fit into your head like this. Now select all the corners and make them as rounded corners like this. Okay, cool. So our hair and the head is almost done. So let's work on the other shapes. Let's start with the beard. For the beard, it's going to be easy. I'm just going to copy the face, alt drag, and let's place it in here. I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm going to make one more copy. Let's make it smaller and let's bring it to the top a bit. We can adjust later on also. Select both of them and align to center. Go to Pathfinder and minus off the front. Just place it in here. You can adjust the size a bit, be a bit more smaller. Yeah, and select the color from here and bring it to the front. And let's make these corners, let's bring down a bit here below under the ears. Now I'm going to select the edges and make them as rounded corners. Alright, so let's draw the mustache also. It's also very easy. I'm going to draw a rectangle in here like this. Alright, and let's select all of them, make it align center. Just going to select these two edges on the top and make as a rounded corner. Okay, next step, the mouth. Also going to be a simple rectangle in here. Let's apply a lighter tone for this mouse, maybe somewhere around here. Okay, select all of them and align to center, and select the edges and make as corners. Now select only the bottom corners and make it little bit more angled than the top one. Alright, again go back to the rectangle or draw a thin rectangle like this in here. We can apply the same hair color and make them as rounded corners, and select the ellipse and draw a circle, smaller one for the eye. Maybe let's change the color first. Select both of them and make as a group. Now reflect, copy and place it on the other side and align to the top. Okay, so let's draw the nose. Also going to be a simple rectangle. Let's draw a rectangle and maybe apply a lighter tone for this rectangle, and I'm going to make the top part as little bit slanted like this, and let's make all of them as rounded corners. Again, I'm going to draw smaller rectangle in both side in here. Let's make it. Let's place it in here, and let's make them also corners like this in the bottom and the top. All right. Now make a copy, make a reflect copy and place it on the other side. Align to the top. Now select all of them and go to Pathfinder and make as one object, and we can make these two corners as rounded corners like this. All right. Okay, so our nose also completed. Select everything and center it. Okay, so let's make this head a little bit smaller. We need to draw the body. Before we go with the body, let's zoom in. Maybe let's make these two edges in the hair as a rounded corner also, like this. All right, let's start with our body. For the body, I'm going to use the rectangle again. I'm going to draw a big rectangle in here. We are going to draw a pose in here, so let's keep that in mind. So this is going to be the t-shirt or body. Right, let's make a copy, make it smaller. Let's bring it in here. Maybe let's change the opacity so that we can see it clearly. Let's bring it smaller. Let's change the opacity. All right, so let's bring it down until here. Okay, let's make these corners as rounded corners also, both of them, and Pathfinder cut the top portion. Now we can bring the opacity to 100%. We can apply a lighter tone, and let's make these two corners as rounded corners also. Alright guys, so our body shape is done. Let's bring this one up like this. I think, yeah, this size should be okay. This is a flat character, you don't need to worry too much on the sizing. Let's have one more rectangle in here and align them to the center, make them as one object, and again let's make it darker, and again we go to the corners in here, this one, and make them as a rounded corner. Okay, and now the body. It's also really simple, just a rectangle will do. Just draw a rectangle in here like this, a little bit smaller than the t-shirt, and select all of them, align to center. Now let's apply a skin tone, a darker tone. Okay, let's bring it behind. Yeah, this okay. Just select both of these top corners and make them as a rounded corner. Alright, so the body is done. Alright, this look very squarish. We can keep it like this, or we can also make the body a bit more angled. To do that, press on Ctrl K, which will open the preference and increase the increment to 2 pixels in here. And now select the edge and use the arrow key to bring it a little bit slanted like this in here. Okay, so let's draw the bottom part and the leg, just the belt. Start from the belt. Let's draw a rectangle like this. Apply a darker tone from here, and let's draw a box below like this, and let's make these corners as rounded corners. We can draw the leg later. We are going to draw a pose. So for the bed, let's apply a different color. Let's draw a rectangle and apply maybe a brownish tone or somewhere around here. Okay, and let's zoom in and let's draw the, let's make some more rectangles like this. Make a copy and place it in here so it will look like a belt. And let's draw the belt buckle also, just the rectangle. Let's apply a different color for this one, and let's make these as rounded corners. And let's make a copy, make it smaller and place it in here, and we can just delete this center portion from the outside rectangle using the pathfinder tool. All right, as I was telling you earlier guys, we are going to draw a pose. So instead of drawing just a rectangle straight leg, we are going to make the leg a bit different for this character. So first thing, go to the ellipse tool and draw an ellipse in here like this. Now convert the fill to stroke and bring the stroke size to 65. Okay, let's adjust this one in here. Maybe let's bring this one a bit thinner. Select all of them and align to center, and go to direct selection tool and delete the bottom anchor point. All right, so let's expand this stroke. Go to expand and let's expand. Now this one became a fill object again. All right, let's draw the shoes also. Go to the shapes and select rectangle again. Draw a small rectangle like this in here, and let's apply a different color. Select the top anchor point and make it as a rounded corner like this. Select this. Maybe let's make this one also, this corner also a rounded corner. Select this and make a reflect copy, and let's place it in here, and let's make this one bigger. Select both of them, go to pathfinder and trim this one. We don't need this part. Let's delete this and select this one, and let's apply a lighter tone. All right, let's select both of these objects and copy as a reflection and place it in here. Okay, let's draw the hands. Go to the rectangle tool again, draw a rectangle like this in here, and select the skin tone from the face, maybe from the body. Again, we are going to make this one as a rounded corner like this one also, but a bit smaller than the other side. Then all this side and other side also little bit. This is going to be our shoulder area. Let's rotate this one a bit and let's place it in here. Let's bring it behind. All right, just place it here for now. Now let's draw the arm. Again, go to the rectangle tool and draw a long big rectangle like this here, and apply the skin tone from the face. Again, make this corner as a big rounded corner, and this side little bit smaller, and here also similar to the top. And just bring this one bit, just select these anchor points and bring this one bit more longer. We want to show this as a very big hand, because it's Wolverine. Alright, so let's place another rectangle like this in here. Make this one also a rounded corner on top in here. So look like he's folding his hand. And let's draw one more rectangle and make this part a rounded corner and apply the color from here. Let's bring this one a bit smaller like this. Alright, so let's have some detail to this hand. Draw a rectangle here, make these corners as rounded corner, delete these top points and convert this to a stroke object. And let's expand this one also, and it will become a fill object. Just place it in here, and let's make some copies. All drag, select all three of them, go to align and distribute them equally. Okay. Alright, so let's draw the claws, 3 claws. Okay, go to the rectangle and draw a long thin rectangle like this in here. Select all 4 corners. Let's make it thinner, all corners, and make it as rounded corners. Now select this and copy 2 more copies and place them in here. We can distribute them equally, and let's apply a lighter tone for this one. Okay. Alright, select all of these objects and make as a group. We can rotate this one a bit. For this pose, I'm going to place it like this in here. We can change the pose later on also. For now, I'm just going to place it like this. Now select all of them, go to reflect and make a copy and place it in the other side and bring the arm to the back, shoulder to the back, and place it in here like this. Okay, I think this should be a bit more bigger, both sides. Alright, looks good. Let's add some more details to the character. First thing, I'm going to select all of these objects and apply a stroke. Select all of them and go to stroke and apply a darker stroke like this. And let's bring the hands a bit below like this. And let's make this character look more stronger. Let's draw a shoulder area. So I'm going to draw a rectangle like this in here. Make all 4 corners as a rounded corners, and let's bring it behind. Let's make this one bigger so we will see, so it look like a Wolverine character. Okay, let's add bit more details. Since it's a strong character, let's have some lines in here also. Go to rectangle and draw rectangle. Make the bottom 2 corners as rounded corners. Delete the top 2 rectangles and place them in here. Make 2 more copies and align them to center and distribute them equally. Okay, so a bit more detail. I'm going to draw a fly for these jeans just to show he's wearing a jeans. So I'm going to draw a rectangle in here. Make this corner, the bottom corner, as a rounded corner, and let's apply a lighter tone than the jeans to show this part is in here. And let's still add an anchor point to this edge in here and delete it. Okay. Alright, so everything looks fine. One final thing, I want to add some detail to his beard also. Since he's Wolverine, he will have some features. Go to rectangle and draw a small rectangle like this in here. Make this bottom edge as a rounded corner and rotate it like this and bring it in here. You can resize it to fit in and make some copies. Make it smaller. One more copy, smaller, just place it in here. Select all 3 of them and make as one object, and make a reflect copy and place it on the other side. Now select all of them and make as one object. All right, so maybe we apply the stroke from the hair. Okay, let's bring this one to the front, and we need to bring the mouth also to the front. All right, guys, so I think our Wolverine is ready for animation. One last thing, let's draw a shadow, just a rectangle bottom like this in here, and apply a darker tone, make the corners rounded corners, then apply a darker tone like this. All right, guys, so our character is ready. Now we can bring this character to After Effects and we can animate them. In our next tutorial, I will show you guys how to animate this character. Thank you for watching and see you guys in the next tutorial.